Evening and welcome to the June 10th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Jeff here.
Not roll call vote.
Jeff here.
Lynn. Lynn here. You know, Amanda will be here. We'll add her in when she leaves. Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Does everybody read tonight's agenda? Are there any questions or changes, Madison, or anything? May I have a vote, please?
I'll make a motion to approve tonight's agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approval of the minutes of May 27th. Were you here?
Yep.
Yep, okay. So again, motion,
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of May 27th as presented.
motion by Jeff, second by Melissa, all in favor?
Aye.
Declaration of conflicts of interest, anybody?
No.
Public comment? We have no one in the audience. Madison, is there
No answers.
any answers? So we'll close public comment. Special presentations, we have none tonight. Design review and land use public hearings, 491 Main Street. Is this working? There we go. Okay. Changes to the approved plans, and we have Burke who just wrote in. I was seeing you out there.
So this is fairly simple. They've removed the step down in the roof at the rear of the property. It's now just kind of one long continuous roof line. The roof heights changed from 25 feet 8 inches to 25 feet 10 inches. Obviously, well under the
7 feet, not 25.
no 25 feet, only roof 2 inches.
Yeah.
So well under the
I apologize.
well under the 28-foot height limit. So staff is recommending approval.
Anybody have any questions? Is anybody in public comment? Nobody here. Madison again. Anybody on internet?
No raised hands?
No with that? Motion?
I don't have it in front of me.
491 Main.
I'll make a motion to approve 491 Main alteration to the plans as presented.
Second.
Sorry.
Motion by Jeff, second by Melissa. May I have a roll call vote?
Jeff, aye.
Melissa, aye.
Lynn, aye.
That was easy enough, Burke.
Wow. David's on the phone. I'm gonna bill you for an hour, David.
You can share it with us because we got you through so fast.
You have a minimum. There's minimums.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good to see everybody.
Have a good one.
Goodbye. Next, we have 1931 Highway 24, new structure housing water treatment plant. Madison?
Yes, so this is a 7,187.5 gross square foot structure that's housing our new water treatment plant. It's a metal building with a stone facade. It is building height is 20 feet to the midpoint. This is in the Molloy Park character area public facilities zone, which doesn't have that many dimensional limitations or guidelines. It just gives setbacks, which this respects. In all cases, there's no, as I said, no limitations on building coverage, impervious coverage, or building height, but this falls within the average accepted from the rest of the town. Staff is requesting input on 3 different things. HDR put together a proposed color board. On that proposed color board, there are 2 different stone veneers. We would like you to recommend one of the 2. We attached a color street from Bruca, is how I'm assuming that's said. If y'all don't like the colors recommended by HDR, then we would, for the metal wall, exterior metal walls, we would ask that you choose or recommend a color from that Bruca color sheet. And then for the roof gutters and downspouts, if you don't like the recommended colors by HDR, we request that you pick a color from Barco Prudent sheet. That was a lot, but I can put them up on the screen if you need. Otherwise, that is kind of what we're trying to get from y'all today.
Okay, is this goes public too?
Mhm. Yeah.
Once again, we'll open a public comment. Nobody is in the audience.
No,
Next.
online.
Close public comment. Jeff?
The stone samples don't look like stone to me. They look like stucco. Is that? It's some kind of a sprayed product that goes on like CMU block. Is that?
Yeah, it's like spray, yeah, something here.
Yeah. So it's not really stone.
Right.
It's just a stucco color kind of. I don't particularly care which one they both look fine to me. So I guess I would probably vote for the top one, the darker one. And as far as metal color goes, the only consideration that I would, I didn't get that far into the plans to know how well we're insulating the building. But one question would be if the color from dark to light makes a difference in terms of solar gain in a positive way or a negative way. So if, for whatever reason, if the roof color negatively impact the insulation, like where it's heating the building up more than we want it to, and or and a light color would be better to reflect. That would just be my recommendation.
They're like a block. They're thin, but they're a block.
Yeah, it's said kind of like a CMU.
Yeah, they're like panel blocks.
Yeah. So they both seem acceptable to me. But as far as the metal goes, that would be my only suggestion. It's just to maybe ask HDR if the color would be a consideration for impacting temperature of the building inside, where we have to spend more money to cool it down or spend more money, So other than that, they're all pretty neutral colors. Not too many people are gonna see this building anyway.
They won't.
Except me walking my dogs.
Okay.
So
Well, and go ahead, Mason.
But the aesthetic while washing our dogs is.
yes, I but the building's gonna look like it's gonna look pretty. So
It is true that a lighter color on the roof would increase the reflection and reduce the heat.
yeah,
So it would be better for the building and the climate if we wanted to look at that.
yeah, it would just be something to consider.
The reverse though, in the winter, when there's a lot of snow up there, attracting to it, it will make it melt and fall faster.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna shed off with the pitch of the roof anyway.
Is it?
I would guess they're probably not gonna wanna put snow clips and retain it and shovel it and all that. They would rather it just avalanche itself naturally off the building, would be my guess. And it's steep enough where it's gonna do that. And it's a metal, it's a metal structure anyway. I just don't know what the insulation, like the R value of the roof. I'm guessing it's gonna be up in the 50 to 60 range. And then I also don't know how much heat our processing inside the building is gonna put off, but that would just be my suggestion, just to consider the solar gain or, and if it helps us or hurts us, that's all.
It is, my only thought is, in modern Minturn, we tend to go tan all the time. So something that's not tan would be awesome. Tan or gray, like if we could be, like on the first page, the dark bronze is kind of nice. The cool harvest is kind of nice because they're not tan. But that's my only thoughts really.
I agree with Jeff, and I agree that in Mother Nature with our wildlife, et cetera, it'll be less imposing to them, which I know nobody else probably thinks about but me. And I don't think we want it standing out too much, and the darker colors will do that. So
Yeah, it seems like you'd want it to blend in with the natural surrounding. I think the color that they painted the water tank out there is pretty
and
matching.
side colors make it brighter inside for the people working there. So But I agree with you, maybe checking into the roof color might be something. Have you looked at it, Amanda?
Oh, I've looked at all of it. The whole package. I would agree.
That's what I would.
Yes, we didn't know that.
Did you get my email and did you get my text?
Yes.
I agree with Jeff. I would definitely would like to see a lighter roof color, from a reflection standpoint. I actually honestly didn't think we had much say in what was being presented on this, like in terms of the whole, construction. So I didn't look at it from that perspective, I guess. Just because I thought it was something that we'd already, kind of gone through council, like we knew what we were looking at. So it's good to hear that we can make those suggestions.
Anybody else have anything?
As far as like if we went with a cool, just so we can try to, because just we have a timeline for ordering the building, if we went with a cooler roof color, what would we think? Did we want a gray or like a color or just give us some guidance so we can kind of.
Yeah, I actually am gonna go opposite of Melissa, where I think white or light tan would be better and, you know, be more reflective. That's always been pretty consistent with like environmental and like those type of things.
But these are the colors,
Yeah, so I would like the light ivory
Ivory.
or
should be on
the,
top of that. Cause which color, what's the number 4 color for? And what's the number 5? I know it's written on here, but I got the page. wrong. One is trim and one is building,
one is,
or thermal system gray, cool.
Go to the-
4 is the wall panel, and then 5 is the window door frames.
So 5, the door frame's darker, this is the building color. And then you'd have the light roof.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Could we,
either
is
the,
there a chance to do 4 as a roof?
Roof is 3.
The gray stone or a gray like that, yeah. And what we could do too is,
The same color with the dark on the bottom.
because I'll take your feedback and I'll call Jared from HDR in the team tomorrow and say, this is what we've got. What if we kind of redid the combo? And I can honestly just reach out to you guys. This is not like some sensitive decision, so I can just email or call and say, hey, this is kind of what I got back from HDR about what we wanted. And then you guys can be like, yeah, I love it or I hate it. Fine.
I mean, I hear what
It becomes
Melissa's
like-
saying on the eye.
Granted gray or gray
Reason I
Something
went
like
with
that, yeah.
that's-
for the roof,
It's just.
What do you think?
if we want to match the size of the building.
So it'd be just, we would want to change the wall panel to maybe something a little more.
As a choice color other, I like silk gray, if anybody else does.
On the wall,
Whichever, if it
Okay.
came in on the roof, because if you put it together with this
Well, the Bruca is the wall stuff. And then,
color range, okay.
yeah, and then the Varco Prudent is the roof.
Go what?
Bruca is the wall color.
Standard wall from the small.
These are the.
Trim and roof.
Next page.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are wall colors, and then the next page is the roof.
Yep.
I know, flame red, you know,
That's here,
with white windows
he's saying is the roof colors.
and a dusty green.
Egyptian white.
Like a machine shop.
Perfect.
How about cool Sierra tan?
Let me see.
That goes with these 2 colors.
So we'll see here.
So is that?
Is this the most fun you've ever had, actually picking colors for a building?
Actually,
rather
the
than
next
saying
topic is
yes,
the
I
next-
like it.
You get to pick colors.
I know, this is so cool.
Next thing we're gonna move to is even more exciting.
Yes,
Why is there not a purple on there?
Exciting.
Purple would be fun.
I would love to have a purple water treatment plant building. That would be so awesome.
I know.
Doesn't freak them out.
Cool Sierra tan on the roof of the side.
That's the roof.
That's the roof,
Oh, yeah, that could work.
because if you put it with those other.
And then
2,
do
it
cool
lets out.
Egyptian white on the side.
Yeah, or the gray, one in the middle.
Okay, so the cool Egyptian white is for roof color. You need to go 1 page up to the Bruca. That's for walls.
Cool Sierra.
What does it say? Cool granite gray is in the middle there?
It's cool Sierra tan or cool granite gray.
Yeah, I'm between those two.
Yeah.
The roof.
For the roof. Roof.
So you'd have 4 as the building color, 5 as the trim color, and one of those 2 for the roof color.
You got that, Matthew?
Yes.
So.
Whirlpool Sierra Tan, Whirlpool Granite Gray is your direction for the roof.
Correct.
That's from the Barker Brutus sheet.
Yep.
You're okay with the wall color picked by HDR. Okay, and then number 1 of the stone veneers.
Yes,
My choice.
Oh, you're the only one who waited on it.
I think the bottom one looks.
I'm okay with that, yeah.
Is everybody good with that recommendation to council?
Yes.
Okay.
The only other thing I notice is dirt sometimes shows up on certain colors more, and I think those colors we
Green?
have a lot of.
Something with green in it,
The darker you go, the more pollen.
That'd be cool.
like these.
Like a truck.
Can't quite see green, but I'll trust you on that.
I mean, I have no idea, so
Okay,
So.
Also,
That
I think
was
the
a-
darker that you go, the dirtier it looks too. White actually looks cleaner to me.
see, I think it shows dirt more.
let me just ask one more. If, cause I'm like, there may be options that I'm not sure on the stone block. If we had a preference, what would it be? Would it be to go to like a darker stone? Like a gray?
You mean, then these colors?
Those two that are there, cause I think there may be options there. I'm looking at them.
Are you looking at like exterior veneer samples?
I should just. Join.
And the
I
stone
think they're
color,
both fine.
Okay, we're good with
is the
Yeah.
stone color the bottom of the building?
it? Yeah,
I think that's
I think
it.
they're both fine.
alright, that's easy.
Because then when you see the light color in that upper stone, it picks up these two colors too.
They're not gonna look just like this anyway. They're gonna, the screen color is gonna be a little different than the real thing. It always is.
I don't think anybody's gonna criticize.
Sure. Give them a chance.
Going, oh, yes. So. Is there anything else that we need to look at on this building?
No.
Okay. I assume it's about 141, 142 feet long by about 50 feet wide. 'Cause it's about the same size as my lawn. It was easy to figure it out.
Something like that.
Yeah. My lot's 140 and it's 50 by 140.
It's like 7,000 square feet.
Yeah, this is close to 72, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Would somebody like to make a motion?
We're doing the motion?
Mhm.
We do?
Dear-
But just a recommendation.
Oh, so we need a motion to approve the water treatment plant. This is final plan review, right? So
Yes.
we're approving final plan for the water treatment plant and presented. And with our recommendations for colors
Um,
on the roof and walls and stone and et cetera.
May I have a second?
I second that motion.
May I have a roll call vote, please?
Jeff? Aye.
Lynn, I.
Amanda, I.
Okay. Next but not least. We have an intern forward.
Kind of exciting. It's anticlimactic, but we just approved.
Good to see you too.
Got to pick colors. Oh, you didn't have the first time ever, colors.
How do you?
Yeah, no.
Let's just know, we just approved the plan to build that. Yes.
Mobilizations of the third week of June. For earthwork and stuff like that.
Perfect.
Oh, not till then.
That's 2 weeks away.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it's true.
Congrats.
Anything for me?
Big bag of money?
Yeah, I know, right? Shoot. I'll
I
keep
must
looking.
deliver.
Thanks.
on today.
Thank you.
See you.
See you around.
Bye. Okay,
Now it really gets fun.
Did we skip like Burks to bring that one first?
Burke was first.
Okay.
Took 3 minutes.
Took longer for Burke to ride here than.
Yes, it is.
It was just the,
Yeah, it was just the roof one.
he rode up on his bike and I was watching him ride in and he came in and sat down. We opened it up and he left. Okay, moving forward. Matt, are you here?
He's here.
I am here and
Hi,
I've
Matt.
been fighting. Hi, I've been fighting a cold for about the past week, so I might kind of lean on you guys to take the lead on this, and I can answer any questions that you all may have.
Do you or Scott want to do that?
Sure, if you want, we can go page by page like we normally do.
Well, I'll go page by page, but the introduction here.
I can do the
We're
introduction.
Going page by page, it's
We-
gonna go fast, yes.
We just like bring up any problems we may have with it.
We're gonna go page by page like we did the rest of it.
It's just. We are getting so close. And Matt, I know you've been under the weather. But you've done a ton of work to get us to this point with this article. And so thank you.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to start, Matt. And I have a feeling we're going to go very quickly because I doubt that there's very much, but there are things. Page 55, anybody?
Yes, so I had a quick question, only because I do a lot in terms of subsidiaries, affiliates, and doing business as. And this is more of a general question for staff. So in here, we call out town of Minturn, land use. Do we have any, like, does the town do anything like DBAs, or do we have any other aliases? Or are we straight town of Minturn? And this is a general comment, like across the board, or question across the board.
No, we are the town of Minturn.
Perfect, thank you.
My one question is, will somebody please tell me, where is it? It refers to the word of, oh, here it is, number 3. By any units, what is that referring to? What does a unit refer to?
Sorry, which one are you on?
Number 3 on page 55, under B, C. Units and or agencies or municipal, county, state, or what is the definition for unit?
Unit, yeah.
So that language comes from the existing code. My guess is it's trying to capture any sort of subsidiary, or that's probably not the word, but anything that falls under municipal, county, state, and or federal government.
A unit of government.
Yeah.
Unit of government.
And I don't know if that's the right terminology, but essentially, if you have anything to do with any form of government, this code is supposed to apply to you.
Like a branch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need units in there, or is that something that would be, we could remove since we have agency of municipal, county, state, and or federal? Like, what's the benefit of having it in there?
None.
Melissa says no.
None.
Yeah, probably could just any unit and or agency could probably be removed and just say by any municipal, county, state, or federal government.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that, please.
Simple that. Okay.
Thank you, Melissa. Do you have anything else on 55? Jeff has nothing, I'm sure. Okay, page 56, anybody? Anything? Okay, nothing there. Page 57. Just
Hold on.
shaking. So
I'm good on 57.
you good on 57? 58?
Yeah. Good. I had nothing on 58. Well, so, hold on. No, I didn't have any questions.
I do not either. Anybody else? 59? No, no, no. 60?
No.
Under 7, Matt or whoever, where it talks about having one regularly scheduled meeting shall hold to a minimum. I believe there has been a time when we haven't had a meeting within a month.
So I actually asked that question as well, because I wanted to make sure that we didn't have to have meetings when we don't have to. And that just means that it's on the calendar. Like these, we have every second and fourth Wednesday. But that doesn't mean we can't cancel it. It's scheduled, but it can be canceled.
Could we perhaps reword that to say shall schedule a minimum of one regular meeting?
As opposed to.
That sounds
That's
good. Yeah.
So they.
Covers more bases.
Do you have that, Matt? Is that okay
Yeah.
with you? Okay.
Yeah, the only reason that's worded that way is I believe that's so a lot of this language regarding the planning commission comes from there's state statutes that sort of dictate how the planning commission's supposed to function. And I believe that language maybe either comes from statute or is sort of modeled off of statute language. But yeah, I understand the concern that it says shall hold, and so if you didn't hold a meeting for whatever reason, somebody could maybe raise a stink about that. So no,
Okay,
that
thank
works
you.
for me.
Advisory body on application, the planning commission is responsible for everything. That's all I had on there. Anybody else, anything on 60? No? 61?
So can we, so for the design review board, the DRB and maybe I'm just missing this, but I thought we also made, does the DRB make recommendations or planning zoning is the only one that makes recommendations to the council?
Planning and zoning makes recommendations. The design review board acts on applications. So you approve or deny plans for Burke or anybody else. Those can be called up by the council and discussed at council, but for practical purposes, the DRB takes an action to approve or deny.
Okay,
Which we are acting as both.
we are acting as both.
Yes.
And then do we need to include, so with some of the processes we went through and revised, staff informs, and remind me, staff informs DRB or staff informs planning and zoning of decisions that our staff made? Like if there's a minor adjustment, you guys make a decision and you report on it to, do you report it to DRB or to planning and zoning?
Technically, I would, now that we think about it, maybe feel a little more comfortable if those administrative decisions to approve what otherwise would come before DRB happened or are reported on during the DRB hearings. But I don't think that's how we've been doing it. It's just been more staff reports at the end.
It shouldn't be under, because
It's not an
anything
action.
under land use, public hearing, the planning commission needs to make an action on.
Yeah.
So.
Do we need to clarify that inform in this section? But you're informing planning and zoning, not DRB.
Well, right now we're under powers and duties. What staff does in this section has no bearing. It's just what the planning commission does.
But it would be the design, okay. Maybe let me ask this again. So like we say design review, like DRB is responsible for like reviewing staff memo, or is it planning and zoning reviewing staff memo, which includes staff approvals?
Under C2, it says the design review board shall have the authority to call up or review final actions on applications made by the planning director.
Okay.
Does that help?
But no, because when we get the staff memo, is that to DRB or is that to planning and zoning?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Okay. Sure.
I had nothing, Melissa. Beth? No. Page 62,
Nothing.
town administrators, town manager, correct?
Yes.
Anybody else have anything? 63? Moving backwards, no. Nothing. 64. Amanda?
No.
F1. I think there's just a small typo there. I think it should say the town engineer shall, not to the town engineer shall. You see that?
On which page?
64, F1.
Yeah, I agree.
And then that I have nothing and you guys do not. Okay. Page 65, nothing. 66. Nothing. 67,
Nothing.
nothing. 68. Nothing. 69. Nothing. 70, nothing. 71. Nothing. 72. Amanda?
Nothing.
I just want to clarify H2, failure to observe or receive notice. Failure of a party to observe or receive notice of a public hearing shall not cause a delay in the proceedings, nor shall it invalidate or prohibit any review action.
Mhm. What was the question?
Well, what about how the party feels about it?
Doesn't
matter.
If they don't check their mail, that is not on the applicant, that's not on the town, it's up to them to check their mail.
What if it doesn't get to them?
That's also,
We're not in charge of that.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's federal government.
okay. Page 73, anything? 74? 75? 76? 77?
You guys slow down. This is the first break I've had from being at home with my son for like 5 days. I'd like to be here for a while.
Do not sit there. Going through this as fast as
Smart. 77? Nobody?
Nobody.
Is everybody okay with the comment in the box? We've all got that? Okay, because there were very few boxes in here, all 78, 79, 80, 81, 82 is a page that is completely blanked out. 83,
No.
see,
Yay. So proud of you.
When?
Okay, Matt, you can go take some Sudafed now.
All right, thank you.
Thank
That
you,
was easy.
Matt.
Take your NyQuil and go to bed.
Yep. All right. Thank you guys.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Bye.
Anybody have anything on town manager's report?
No.
There was, well, he's not here anymore. I can ask him when I see him. I talked to him.
Actually, sorry to interrupt. Before I head out, I did want to know, and it was in the memo that was included in the packet, but once we wrap up Article 1, so there's a handful of sections that we are still working on, and our goal is to get those in front of you all at your next meeting in June. And then once we wrap up Article 1, there'll only be one the terms and definitions article. That'll be the last article that's left for you guys to review as part of this sort of informal review process for the land use code update. So just wanted you all to know that there's light at the end of this tunnel.
Really?
What are we gonna do?
We'll finally have a code.
Have a functioning code.
You'll have to start
Be proactive.
dealing with all the problems we missed.
Yeah.
And then we'll get a copy to go through first, right?
First ERB thing that's gonna come in is gonna like throw something in our face that we missed. I'm like, no.
Everybody else?
There's another hole in the code.
So
People still ask me questions about, I was just like, I've never gotten that question before.
Says I can
How
do
am I
this.
supposed to apply the code to that?
This says I can do this, right?
Thanks, Matt.
you bet. And to your question, Lynn, yes, we will when we get into sort of the formal review process where we have public hearings, we'll have a complete final draft of this to you all
Thank you.
for that. Yep. All right. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Good night. Feel better.
Thank you.
Staff reports, managers report. Anything? Nothing? I didn't know if you were getting prepared or you were. I did rattles when I thought. Planning commission comments, anybody?
So my only question, the rumor is that Excel cut our power off today because of the winds.
Oh.
That's,
Interesting.
I haven't heard that, like, nobody's verified that I've heard of.
We
It's
speculated that it was
Speculated,
the wind.
sure.
But I didn't know that it was, hadn't heard that anybody thought it was intentional.
I thought they were pretty good about doing public,
Text.
news releases
Yeah.
to say, hey, we hate to do this, but we're doing it.
Yeah, I was getting texts like every few hours.
Yeah.
Going off and on, but you would think if they turned it off because of the wind, they'd leave.
Well, it was scary because like 10 o'clock after the power had gone off, my daughter saw like a bunch of wildfire people coming back from up by Red Cliff.
Yeah.
And we were thinking that maybe there was something up there at the power station or the substation, and they shut something down up there because of a fire, or maybe they just were around. That's still going.
And there's one in Glenwood, and there's a third one now, but I forget where it was on the news tonight.
No name,
Huh?
no name, I think, this one.
Which Terry's down there in Glenwood right now, so I'll get the report. Hopefully she'll make it home. Cause I know both lanes of the 70 were closed in Glenwood yesterday.
Well, one was open,
Line
open,
was open,
the slow lane was closed,
Okay,
Um,
so not confirmed.
not confirmed.
Confirmed.
Remind everybody about Town Cleanup Day Saturday from 7 until noon at Upper Little Beach. Get rid of the things that bother your neighbors instead.
I got a pile.
I have one out there too.
Is it electronics waste too?
Yes.
So you have to pay for that.
Yeah.
And there's, on the table, there's a pamphlet you can get that tells you all the different things.
Okay, cool.
It's just a little trifold. It's put on by Excel.
Yeah.
And you can only bring 4 tires.
I don't have that up there.
The other thing I'd like to say, not that anybody here might, but Sunday is a presentation by Malcolm Osborne. He's the one who wrote the book on Belden. And he and the principal who helped him do that, get it done. And then another person, it was in today's paper. It's been in a couple times. At the Avon Library from 2 to 4, they're giving them Historical Citizen of the Year award, which should have come out last year. But Sunday from 2 to 4 at Avon Library. And it's like, I went 2 years ago because they did one for the railroad in Eagle, and it was a great thing to learn about. So if anybody wants to take their kids there or something, because he did an amazing job on that book. And he couldn't do it. They couldn't do it last year because he took off to go to college, but he's back for the summer. So that presentation is Sunday. They usually have some snacks, and I don't know what they are, what it's put on between the Historical Society and the library. So it's closer to us this year.
It's $152 is the
Like,
only
wait.
part that matters.
What is that?
That is,
An opioid settlement
it's a class action settlement.
that we
And
entered into?
everybody did, pretty much,
I don't know that I did, but
not individual,
Towns.
entities, yeah,
towns.
Yeah.
So we got $150.
yeah, that's much.
Gonna do a lot of damage with that.
You know, you spent it all away.
She's supposed to be fighting opioid addiction with that or something.
Okay,
That's okay.
nobody else. Future meeting, June 24th. Everybody going to be here?
I will be on Zoom.
Jeff on Zoom?
Yep.
Amanda?
June 24th, I will be here.
I will be here. And we're going to have the next part of this Minturn Forward.
You did say we have a pretty busy agenda.
Yes, but we will hopefully still be able to address them.
What?
We will have a busy agenda, but hopefully we will still be able to have the remainder of Article 1 on the agenda.
Well,
And then the
once
last,
in my life, I'm gonna try to make it short because I'm hoping to go to the Animal Sanctuary special weekend in
nice.
Springfield that weekend.
Couple
Next
dog
morning.
or cat or both.
No, I do not know about the
Oh,
Animal
like
Sanctuary.
with the lions and stuff?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm a.
on the
founding
Eastern
member.
Plain?
They only, and this is, well, that's not Keensburg. This is down near Springfield, no, Pritchett, Colorado. And it's like 9,000 acres. And if you're a member, you get to go, they send an invitation out once a year. They open it for the weekend, you schedule a time, and you can only drive through it. And they give you a sack lunch and they educate you on the project and things like that.
So once lions don't eat you.
So the lions don't eat you, yes. They do have a place for restrooms and lunch, but you know. Anyhow, I'm hoping to go. It's like a 6.5 hour drive to get there though.
Yeah.
July 8th is right after the 4th. Is everybody going to be here?
Yeah.
We'll be here.
And
July
the turn
22nd.
forward will be put on hold, or is that when the definitions will be coming in? Do we know? Okay.
Hopefully the definitions will be there.
I'm almost through the Gs.
You said that last time.
No, I was in the Ds.
Oh,
It's,
geez.
it's actually more tedious than I thought. But I'm getting there.
It's like the definition of tedious.
You've not used Copilot. I feel like Copilot could do it in like.
It'll be right there when you get to T.
Yeah, no. I'm taking existing definitions and plugging them into a new format and also dealing with changes that we've already made in previous years. So it's just tedious. I don't know if Copilot could help with that. You think so?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. All right. Can't hurt to try.
Copilot.
Definitely can't hurt to
One,
try.
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Microsoft, yeah.
Mhm.
I think chat could do it too.
You're gonna waste a lot of water doing it, but it's cool.
Right?
But let's.
No.
Yeah.
So I will not be here on July 22nd.
Nor will I.
I have no clue what could even be on that meeting.
Yeah, I'm just giving you fair warning. I will be off the grid.
I will be here.
So Scott's not here, there's a good possibility this meeting is after that. Just,
If Scott's not here, what?
there's a good possibility we'll be canceling the meeting.
And it is 5 Wednesdays in July, so you could always move it to the 29th.
That's true.
If needed.
I won't be here then either.
29. I think I could do the 20. I don't know.
Same,
Not sure what 20.
I don't have any active applications that would be hitting that date, so the only other thing would be midterm forward.
When are we scheduling the time with council?
We are no longer, I don't think, contemplating a work session with them. Thank
For
you.
what?
For mentoring board.
It will instead be me bringing that memo detailing, you know, the decisions made by planning commission, the places where staff is not agreement with the decisions made by planning commission, making sure y'all are okay with that, and we'll be taking that to council. But getting 13 decision makers in a room trying to hit multiple topics all at once.
Could take days.
So far, that has not ever been productive.
Could take days.
It would take days. So if I'm trying, if I just need to have one topic to talk, great. I can set aside, or we can set aside an hour and we can typically come up with a decision at the end of that hour. But it will not just be one topic, it will be more like 10 or 15 topics. And there's no efficient way to talk to 13 people and get their input on 10 or 15 topics in any kind of timely fashion.
So do you want us to attend that meeting when that memo goes in case staff or in case council has questions?
Well, here's the thing that we've talked about.
The memo to y'all for y'all's approval. And at that point, it is off to council. I do not need individual planning commission members trying to dispute what the planning commission as a whole has agreed on.
We are allowed to attend the meeting.
So
We are not allowed to speak at the meeting unless council asks.
that's what I was asking, is whether we should be there in case council has a question of us.
We cannot speak. We cannot ask questions. We cannot respond.
Tell you what,
Somebody from this side of the table looks at us and says,
Those things seem to be discouraging.
Amanda, you know, I do respect that.
if I may,
It's discouraging to us to have gone through all this work and not to be able.
we need,
Absolutely attend.
Yes,
I'm just gonna shut up. Stop, you know.
I know that because it's happened to me before in the past.
so why don't we seek some guidance from Rob? And
Not from the lawyer.
yeah, and I was just gonna say from Mike, make sure we're approaching this in a way that everyone's comfortable with. We do need to consider our bandwidth, your bandwidth, council's bandwidth with regard to agendas. And I think I agree with Madison in the past when we've had work sessions, if we had 5 or 6 items or key questions, we don't get there. And we use up an hour worth of work session and we're not productive. So And I think we've tried to be as forthright as possible to say, we do need to get this completed. We do need to be, and we expect to be transparent in reporting on all the work that you've done, the very few, maybe a handful of places where we don't have agreement, and be able to highlight and focus on those with council. Madison's right. We have always intended to bring that to you. So you're going to get a final draft. You're going to get a memo that outlines our perception of how these things went and what those issues are. You can tell us if you agree or don't agree. You can embellish on those. And then we need to present it to council. And I don't know that you can't be there, and council can ask questions of anybody they want. But whether or not it's set up as a, work session and there's back and forth and it drags on, that's not the goal. So I agree with you.
What are you guys that concerned about?
I'm going to be there. I
Oh,
want to
what?
see facially what council does when they see it, the work we've done.
I'm not discouraging anybody from attending. I absolutely think that y'all should attend one or all of the meetings, especially when this will take multiple meetings at council. Not even just about the ordinance side of things, just getting through the hundreds of pages. What I am cautioning is council asking for input or embellishment from a planning commission member, which council can absolutely do, and at that point I fully expect y'all to, answer the questions. However, I strongly request that whatever embellishment or input that council is asking for, y'all try and give the whole of the overview of the discussion at planning commission, not your individual opinions. Because the planning commission will have by then already voted on the ordinance to pass along a recommendation to council. And at that point, the planning commission as a board has made a decision. It is not then the place of any individual planning commission member after that to try and relitigate the planning commission's decision. That is what I'm trying to get to. I'm not trying to discourage y'all from attending. I'm just trying to discourage any relitigating.
In all the years I've been on this board, I think it has happened to me twice, where I've been in that audience and somebody from this side of the table has asked a question. One time my answer was, I don't have enough information to respond to that because of what was asked of me. And the other time was very short. It's rare that council's going to do that. However, I know there are people on this board who would like to be there when this happens. If we're not going to have the second joint meeting, which I agree, the last joint meeting we had lasted like an hour and nothing came out of it. Yeah. There was one prior to that did.
Totally agree, yeah.
So, no, I understand that. But I think it's kind of like saying, well, you went through all this work, but you can't be there now. I think we need to.
I would like to be there.
Anybody who wants to.
I think you should be there.
Yeah.
Because you have done so much work, and you should stand up and be recognized by the council for doing that much work. And if they have questions, great. And they can direct them to staff and correct.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how we need to figure out what, how best to accomplish this is maybe they direct questions to staff and we can have, I don't want to you guys can speak, but you should be here.
Yeah, it sounds like what Madison's saying is if we were to be asked something, it should be consistent with how we have voted and what we have. The sausage the baby we're putting out there this is what we made and all made.
I don't think there'll be, the only
Not go
place
backwards.
the whole thing there might be questions on that sheet that you have. I mean, I don't think they're going to go through this whole thing word by word and come up with questions or responses as to why we asked.
Right.
It's only on the things that there is some concern.
Right.
There'll be hot topics.
And maybe,
And it depends on how they phrase the question, what they want from you.
yeah, if we boil this down to a handful or maybe two handfuls of issues or particular items in the different articles where we didn't agree, and we're asking for council to make a choice or give direction, And that's how the memo is framed. Maybe it would be appropriate, Lynn, for you to sit up here with us during that time to be able to represent the planning commission and speak for the planning commission in that manner.
That's a great.
Here's how this issue came about. Here's how the planning commission voted. All due respect to staff, we don't agree. Or whatever, if they want to ask you directly, how did you arrive at this difference? That to me seems very
And why?
democratic and good representation.
Yeah.
Totally.
I totally would support that.
And then if there's a robust conversation about it, then you're presenting one side and the staff's presenting their side, and then the council's here to vote on it, and they can weigh the.
Not just
they go, and that's,
sitting
it
in.
can't be more transparent than that.
These concerns were presented by the public on some of those questions. And you've got that, it leaves it open for that.
Yeah, there's only gonna be,
It's only, I mean, it's just a handful.
it's a handful of things, and it's gonna be
We all-
really clear once the memo's boiled down.
Well, it's just-
We're gonna be happy with what we put out, and that's that. Right? So, we're not quite there yet, but we're close. I mean, really, our job, the most important part of our job is right now at the end, making sure that what we are putting out is the work we did, and there's not something wrong in there. Cause we keep, it's been what, years and years of going over this,
3 years now?
right? But
2.5.
now all of a sudden it's gonna be the final version that's gonna be governing. And that's when you gotta make sure it's right. And then we're happy with it. And then whatever those hot topics are, we're just gotta be happy with the memo, how it goes out, whatever the wording is,
It's
and
gonna
if
be
that's,
some memo.
it's gonna be some memo, yeah. But then
It's not-
that's great. I think that's a great suggestion to have you out there to answer questions if need be.
Yeah. I like
And then
it.
if you want us to be in the audience,
Swear so I don't get,
get your name tag and maybe a hat.
you pointed at her.
So I have another question though, like after council approves, are we as a town just publishing the new code, or are we gonna have and are we gonna have, like, I would think we would just publish it, but are we gonna have any like job aids or anything that says, hey, these are the big changes from what it was to here? Or how are we gonna lead the public
Right.
that possibly is either has not an application in process, but has, pre-application? Like, how are we gonna lead them down the path to say, hey, this is what you now need to consider?
I know people hate to say this, but could we do a door hanger to everybody saying our new code is out?
We're gonna do more than that. So we will, when we get close to the finish line, we're gonna update everything that's on the website now. We're gonna do direct mailings to all property owners, just like we did a year and a half ago, and invited people into open houses with, this is your zone district now, we're gonna do that again. And I don't think most of that's gonna change, but just to give them a heads up, like, you may have heard from us a year and a half ago, we're now at the finish line. These are our adoption hearing schedules laid out. Planning commission on this date, council, there'll be notices on the variable message boards, directing people to the town offices or the website. I mean, we've thought a lot about this, and we're gonna try to take multiple approaches. I don't know if we're gonna do door hangers, but we could. It'll be in the newsletter. And then we have been meeting, anybody we meet with at a pre-application level. It seems like this has been going on for a year and a half. We're about to adopt a new code. You might want to wait or be,
Cognizant that.
Or get it in now.
as we get closer to actual adoption, we will put people that we're meeting with on notice, like, the timing of your project, when you apply, all these things could be affected by this date. And then is there a period after final adoption where it gets final noticed in the newspaper and then it gets codified by Municode?
The notice happens between first and second reading.
Yeah.
For the ordinance. And then, yes, Municode takes a little bit oftentimes to take our new code and put it in. But our new code will be in effect as of, I think, either 7 or 10 days after the ordinance. So whether or not it's on Municode doesn't matter. The ordinance takes precedence.
Okay.
So.
Municode is the web-based.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find.
I think it
where I
said
need to
something
find it.
here about something like that too, that this and then it's so many days after that it takes precedence.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll get with Jay and we'll put Unicode on notice that, hey, we're going to have a new code. We're repealing and replacing both chapter 16 and 17. So, if you need to meet with us to figure out
How you're gonna transition the document.
transition that, that's fine. But even if the old code is reflected in Unicode after we've officially adopted the new code, that is what will govern everything in town.
So what you guys were saying in terms of multiple meetings, it's gonna be similar to what we did, where there's gonna be sections that the council is gonna go through at each meeting, or are they gonna look at it as a whole and decide how they're gonna review it?
I don't know.
That second one.
I-
Cause it will be a full ordinance.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're just gonna look at it in one night and be like,
Chapters that one.
done.
Could it be?
are they just gonna say take chapter 16, try to do that in a night?
17's into 16.
Yep.
I would think you'd want at least 2 meetings.
No, I just wondered what the process is.
The way it's going to be formatted in the packet will all be under one ordinance. So they will get the whole packet, I would think.
I was gonna say like adopting chapter 16.
Right. And we would just go through however much they can get through in that night, continue the first reading to the next meeting, go through however much they can get through in that night, et cetera, until they've gone through all of it. And then we have officially, they've approved on first reading and we move to second.
But that's my question, I guess, is that do they have to actually read the whole thing, or do they
They
like,
should.
they should?
We're assuming they're gonna read the.
No, I mean like at the meeting, do they have to literally read it page by
No,
page?
they have to.
No. Right. So it's just the ordinance, it's
Yes.
the reading of the ordinance, and then it seems like then it's gonna be kind of up to them how much they wanna dig into. And or how much comes out of public comment.
Mhm.
If somebody if there's a huge full room out the door of people that are just like, I hate this part of the code. Like,
Could we go by articles
it's up to them how they do
They
it.
would want to do that, yeah.
or 1 or 2 articles a night, or depending on the big article, the little article?
I don't see that happening.
I mean, it's never happened since I've been here, so this is totally new.
Yeah, I hear that.
I mean, this is a whole first time thing.
Yeah,
Well, it's a big thing.
It's a big.
And there's a lot of things that nobody really cares about, frankly. And then there's a few things that a lot of people care about.
that's a lot of articles to go through.
A lot of
one
stuff.
by one.
Yeah, I mean, there's just
I just don't see them taking
brain damage.
5 hours to go through article by article if they're.
Well, let's check out the sign code.
Well, I didn't mean going through, I mean, presenting so many, giving them the opportunity at one meeting to do articles 1 through 3, and then stopping and maybe doing the next, so that I mean, I know what it's gonna be for us to get this whole packet to read it, the way and I have kept every one of these, so I can go back and just look at notes, that'll help. But I don't see council sitting down and reading the whole thing from beginning to end to be able to attack it at one meeting. Or maybe,
Well, I think we need to
maybe
talk
they
with
don't.
Eric and just ahead of time and say, hey, as the mayor, how would you like to
There's a good idea.
present this to council? Because again, if it's all part of the ordinance, it all has to be in the same packet. That doesn't mean we have to address all of the pages.
And there's one new member?
Yeah, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie's, so she's the only one that maybe isn't so familiar
Is
with
there-
everything.
Oh, and Spence.
And Spence.
Yes.
And Spence, yeah.
He's
I was
pretty-
thinking Mackenzie
Yeah.
just came on, but Spence was.
But he comes in nits at most meetings anyway, so. He's on his stuff.
He's talked to me about planning commission packets in the past, so I do feel he keeps abreast of what the planning commission is doing.
And Rob might have some thoughts as well of how to do this in an organized.
He may have even been through this when he was on planning.
Yeah. Matt's been through it, so we'll pick his brain too. How did he do it in places like Granby and other
Yeah.
places that he's worked with?
But I think, yeah, like you said, it's probably Eric's good place to start out because he's leading the meeting anyway.
With that, may I have a motion?
I make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting of June 10th, 2026.
Yeah, second, motion by Amanda, second by Jeff, all in favor?
Aye.
Did you get a sufficient break from?
Mark should have stayed. He could have billed for the whole hour.
13-year-old boy with no camps and